What's up, everyone? All my fellow followers and subscribers. Here we are on a chesil. Well, to tell you the truth, me and old Vince over there, we've been here a fair old while. As in, got here last night a fair old while. So, yeah, I got so excited to come down fishing, I completely forgot to do an intro. So, the next clip's going to be dark, so don't think I'm magic. I can't just turn the sun off. But, yeah, it's been a good session. Vince has had a really good session. I've had a really good session. I've had a first as well, which is really nice. But yeah, I just want to say, for you that don't follow my Facebook and Instagram, thank you. I've reached a 500 subscriber mark, and I just want to say thank you to all of you that have subscribed. And if you haven't, give us a like and subscribe. If you do like the videos, it don't cost you anything, absolutely free. So with that, we'll crack on with the video. And it's gonna go dark. Yeah, got a bit of peeler, tiny little strap. Always welcome in my book. I do like casting these, to be fair. Just don't get your finger anywhere near the in that gob, because they will close down and it does bloody hurt. If you get a big one, it's really going to hurt. Yeah, as you can see, tangled up the rig like they do. Spin, little buggers. Yeah, not tiny, not massive. We'll get him unhooked. We'll get him back. Slightly. Time for me to get number one. By Mr. Vince. Look at that.
Certainly not a beast, but a nice fat pig.
Oh yes. Just glad they've turned up.
30 yards out.
Nice one. Where's that whiting? I've got to show this whiting. It is a monster.
Longer than that cod, I reckon.
Look at that. That is insane. Where's that little whiting?
Size whiting.
There's a Kent whiting.
And there's a chesil whiting.
There's a chesil whiting. Absolutely mental. And to add it,
Great big pout.
nice granddaddy pout. Look at that, look. Everything up here is just monstrous. Nice one. What was that on? Black?
Yes, mate, black, yeah.
Nice. Right, let's open some more. Properly short. Nice. Well, you heard him. Properly short. Yeah? Give it a go. Over this one. Nice. All them fish come in short. Well, it's worth a go. Yeah. Let's so what have I had up to now? Tiny little doggy. Half decent sized whiting. And that strap. Vince has had, well, you've just seen what he's had, along with a doggy, a couple of small whiting. That small whiting was only kept because you're going to be using that as bait. That's not kept for him to eat. Just to put that out there, and it was gut hooked. He just shouted across. That was a Wessex rig as well. I was out with him last weekend as well. We went down to Warren. Very, very snaggy. But yeah, and that Wessex rig really paid off. What do you have? Pollock, bass, yeah, I had bass. Oh, the dogfish were relentless, was bringing in 2 at a time, to the point where it was just like 2 doggies, 2 doggies, 2 doggies, 2 doggies, literally. Not a single white though, which was nice. He's back on it. Well, I suppose I better get fishing then. Catch up with him. I'll bring it back. Well, it's been non-stop. Anyway, I forgot to mention, I got a new toy. Harrison U3. It's one of their more stiffer, rough ground models, but it is an absolute animal. It is a hefty rod. It will chuck a 7. Well, it says it chucks a 7, but it definitely chucks an 8 because I have done. And Vince has got one, and he's also used it with an 8, and it handles it perfectly well. Absolute cracking rod. Probably about the same. Well, they are. They're near enough the same size as the Sports, Tip Tornado Sports. But honestly, this Harrison, I feel like it's got a lot more power in it. A lot more power. More than I can load it up, that's for sure. And I ain't a small caster. I can hold my own and hit some distance, but yeah, there's so much more to be had out of that rod, and it'll be a case of slowly getting used to it and working the power up. Don't get me wrong, the Tip Tornado, that's brilliant. I did order it off of Jerry's, to be fair. Had a bit of a mess around with it, I'll be honest with you. For a start, on their website it showed that it had red sort of holographic whipping, and they've done it in the same style as the Century, which I'm not mad about. It's not what I was expecting, but I'm not mad about because it does match the Century. So yeah, American Tackle guides, they're alright. Because his plan is to use it off the rocks. Yeah, I'll just chuck one in short like Vince has been doing. A big black lug bait on it. So we'll see what happens. Baits, we've got peeler, we've got carp, we've got sand eel, we've got squid, blacks of course, always got blacks, yeah, squid, mackerel, I'm sure I've got some bluey in there as well. I mean, it's like a 3.5 hour drive for us, so I want to make sure I've got everything in case the occasion comes up like. But yeah, I'll bring you back in a minute. Hopefully with either some colossal fish or something special. Sorry, I was just watching Vince because it looked like he was waggling something about. I didn't know what he had. So yeah, I think he's got a little strap over there. He's got a little strap. I don't know what he's doing. We'll soon find out. Anyway, I'll let you know when I bring it back. Here we go, people. So I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing. I don't do very well on the race, and I'll be the first one to admit that. Oh, I've been after one of these for so long. That come on squid and sand eel. Look at them, look at the patterns on them. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, over the moon with that. Absolutely buzzing. But to be fair, I didn't even see a bite on that. I just see that the line had crossed over, and yeah, it just seemed a bit weird. As I was reading it, it just felt a bit slack, and then all of a sudden the weight was there. Look at that, absolutely stunning. Right, let's get this fella back. Well, this female back, should I say? Let's get this back, and let her fight another day. Bring it back. He's only gone and done it.
Hey, mate.
Yes, mate. What a stunner. Nice spotted.
Yeah, look at the chops on them. Massive mouth.
Absolutely
Huge mouth compared to the size of it. You compare this to a thongy, it's yeah.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, lovely fish.
Yeah. Decent
Yeah.
size.
That will do.
Lovely.
That will do. Well, you've got to feed it, that's right.
Now I've woke up. Now I woke up, I'll have to get some fresh baits out. Well, it's literally like a summer's day. We're in November. November the 19th. And it's so hot. I mean, thermal's off, everything's off. And funny enough, I was sitting down talking to Vince and I said, this is like perfect place weather. I said, and we was talking about the water clarity in it, but not being as clear as it would like for place. Next thing you know, what's he bringing? The place. What I'll do is I'll get him to send me all the photos of the fish that he's caught that you haven't seen on camera, and I'll post them in the video. But yeah, and going along with that place thing, I just shouted across to him. I said, what do you reckon on the chance of a hound? Apparently there was a report last week, well, beginning of this week of one. So out goes the peeler crab, and we're going to see what happens. Yes, it is a fucking lovely day. Absolutely stunning. There's quite a few people fishing along it today, but it's been really quiet. Other than that place, there's been the odd whiting in between, but it has been, yeah, it's been quiet. So we're kind of waiting for that tide to build up a bit. I think we're going to fish into darkness a little bit and then head off home. We got here, must have been 12 last night maybe. 2, 3, yeah, roughly about 12. Between 12 and 1. We fished all that time, so yeah, we'll give it a good old go. And we've had a good session. And as you've seen by now, I had the ungulate, first ever. And now I don't know how many times on my channel I've said that I want to target them. Finally did, and I got one, so well happy. Yeah, hopefully when that tide starts to build a bit more, we sort of noticed saying here, it's like sort of an hour to 2 hours before high or low that it fishes. The bit in the middle is a bit pants, but it was non-stop when we got here, non-stop. Yeah, I'll bring it back and we'll see what happens. Well, it's a fair few days after the chesil trip. We were absolutely knackered. Just wanted to get home, and it just blanked me to do an exit. So yeah, that was a really good session. I'll put up the pictures of Vince's fish like I said I would. And also something else that I've got to say is we did actually say it was a spotted ray. I mean, it's easily done. It was actually a blonde. So if if you haven't watched to the end of the video and I see comments, then saying, oh no, that's a blonde. Obviously, I'm saying at the end because we both realised later on in the session that it was a blonde. Yeah, I think it was just excitement, the fact that we was getting rays, and it was just like, wow, yes. But yeah, no, we did realise that it was a blonde and not a spotted. So that's that taken care of. Yeah, it was a really long session. I mean, all night it was non-stop. And then it sort of died a little bit. Well, a lot during the day. The odd big whiting was still coming in, but there's only so many of them whiting that we can show you. But no, cheers for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. If you could give us a like, subscribe, brilliant. Like, for all yous that have, again, I'm so thankful. Like, much love. If you could share it about a bit, if you do like it, and there is that session that you watch the video and you think it's actually a pretty good session and you want other people to see it, by all means go share it on Facebook, Instagram, all of them, because it all helps me out and it brings new subscribers to the channel, which benefits me obviously. And like I've said to you in the past, I'm not doing it solely to get all these subscribers, earn money. It's not my biggest priority. I'm doing it, one, because it documents the fish that I'm getting and my growth, and if it helps any of you guys out with species on where they're being caught. I know I've been a little bit lax with the rigs and stuff, but when you go in 3.5 hours from your house, and you've driven all that way, the first thing you want to do is get a rod in the water. Like sessions around Kent and that in the summer, it's a lot easier because it's only like hour drive for me, and I can actually get down the beach and spend a bit of time. I know what the waters are doing, so I know when's the best time to fish. I can get there that little bit early and show you guys the rigs. But when it's a completely new mark to you, you just want to get fishing. You don't know when the best times are. And chesil for me, Vince, it's still a learning curve. We're still learning where's best, what times, winds, tides. It's all a big learning curve. So you're basically learning with us and what we're doing. So obviously we've got the knowledge there to know winds and tides for 90% of places, but it's not always the same way. So we was talking about it on the way home tonight. Like, we've had a quick session down Herne Bay, down the Kent coast, because the winds are horrendous. It's the only place we could really fish, and we just got absolutely whitened out, like to the point where I threw out a whiting fillet in the hope that it'd deter them, but I was even catching them on that. And at one point, light's gone off. At one point, I threw out half a Joe mackerel, literally a rod length out, literally, and I'm not kidding. And I was still getting harassed by whiting, so it weren't worth me filming. I did do an intro, but it just weren't worth it. So yeah, I'll be completely honest about that. It won't be going up because it was just one of them sessions. We all have them. We all get them. Don't matter how good you are. Even the top anglers out there, they all get them. They all get the blanks. But saying that, Vince yesterday had a 21, nearly 22 pound conger off of Hove with Sam, so I couldn't make that trip because commitments. But yeah, he was over the moon and he was buzzing, and quite rightly so. So yeah, like I said, cheers for watching, guys, and much love, tight lines.